Got test taking skills? These are some positive reinforcements for when you're taking a test. Keep a positive attitude throughout the whole test and try to stay relaxed. If you start to feel nervous, take a few deep breaths to relax. Keep your eyes on your own paper. You don't want to appear to be cheating or causing unnecessary trouble for yourself. When you first receive your test, do a quick survey of the entire test so you know how to efficiently budget your time. Ask the instructor for clarification if you do not understand what they are asking for on the test. Don't worry if others finish before you. Focus on the test in front of you. Double check to make sure you put your first and last name on the test. Some students do not take the open book test seriously. These tests are just as important as multiple choice, essay, or quantitative tests. Spend an equal or greater amount of time preparing for an open book test as you would a normal test. The open book test will be more likely harder than it was a closed book exam. Familiarize yourself with the book and relevant materials. If it's allowed, write down all important formulas and key information on a separate sheet of paper so you do not have to research through your book for it. Focus on learning the main ideas and get a feel for where you want to look for those ideas in the book. Highlight important points, use post-it notes, bookmarks, and make notes in your book if it is allowed. Bring all resources that your professor or teacher allows. Answer the easy questions first and then go back for the hard ones. Use notations from your book to support your view, but do not overquote. Be sure to give your own insight on commentary. Tips for multiple choice tests. Read the question before you look at the answer. Come up with the answer in your head before looking at the possible answers. This way, choices are given on the test won't throw you off or trick you. Eliminate your right answers. Read all the choices before choosing your answer. If there is no guessing penalty, always take an educated guess and select an answer. Do not keep on changing your answer. Usually your first choice is your right one, unless you misread the question. True and false tests. Usually there are more true answers than false on a test. If there's no guessing penalty, then guess. You have 50% chance of getting the right answer. Read through each statement carefully and pay attention to the qualifiers and key points. Qualifiers like never, always, even mean that same statement must be true of all the time. Usually these statements or qualifiers lead to a false answer. How can you study for an essay test? Read the directions carefully. Pay close attention to whether you are supposed to answer all the essay or a specified amount. Make sure that you understand what the question is asking you. If you're not sure, ask the instructor. Make sure you write down everything that is asked of you and more. The more details and facts that you write down, the higher your grade will go on to be. Budget your time. Do not spend the entire test on one essay. If the question is asking for facts, do not give your personal opinion on the topic. When writing your essay, try to be as neat as possible. Neater papers receive higher marks. Make an outline before writing your essay. This way, the essay will be more organized and fluid. If you happen to run out of time, most instructors will give you partial credit for the ideas you have outlined. Everyone hates the dreaded math test, but you can practice and be ready for the math test. I work on practice problems for each topic ranging in difficulty. Make up a sheet with all the formulas you need to know and memorize all the formulas on the sheet. When you get your exam, write down all the key formulas on the margin of your paper so you won't forget them when you're in the middle of the test so you can look back at a formula. Read the directions carefully and do not forget to answer all the questions. Show all your work, especially when partial credit is awarded, and write legibly as possible. Check over your test after you're done with it. If you have time to redo a problem on a separate piece of paper to see if you come up with the same answer the second time around. Look around for careless mistakes such as decimals in the right place and that you read the directions correctly and that you copied the numbers correctly, that you put in the negative sign if needed, that your arithmetic is correct also. The night before a test is always crucial. Avoid cramming the night before. Get a good night's rest. Stop studying an hour or so before the test to make time to relax and compose yourself. Think positively about the test. The morning of the test is also crucial. Make sure you've gotten enough sleep, eat breakfast, be on time, and avoid stressful situations prior to the test. Think positive. What to do after the test is finished. When you get your test back, look over and make sure that there are no grading mistakes. Look over the test and make sure that you understand your mistakes. If you do not know the answer to the question, look it up. Ask a classmate or the teacher. If the teacher reviews the test in class, be sure to take notes on what the teacher wanted for the answer on the question problems that you got wrong. If you're not satisfied with your grade, go to your instructor to see if there's a makeup exam or extra credit you can do. Save the test as a study material for the future cumulative test.